All right, so I have a lot of students who do this stuff in the class, and whenever I get to the multiplication, they just write down the answer, and that's fine, I guess, because the whole point is not to make sure you know how to do long multiplication. But the thing is, if you are using a system for multiplication with easy problems, if you can't use that same system with this problem, then there's going to be a time you need to use this process. So again, be sure you learn the process because it is used to show you larger values. If you can't do this problem on your own, then at least make sure you learn this process, because the process I'm going to show now on these problems is what is used to solve this problem. So again, I know we all want to be stubborn. We want to think that we know it because we get a couple problems right. But if you cannot do the most difficult ones, if you can't do 213 times 196, and I'd be glad to show you that, then you need to learn this system. So the examples, again, we'll get to that later on in homework. But for right now, the steps is you stack it up with 63 on top, 5 on the bottom. And all you are going to do is take this number and multiply it to both things. So again, you're just going to freeze on the 5. You're going to do 5 times 3. And then you're going to do kind of like you did in addition. Then you're going to do 5 times 6. So 5 times 3 is 15. Carry the 1. And then you do 5 times 6, which is 30, plus the 1 makes 31. That's all. If you do not know it, please make sure you work to get it. I can't stress that enough, because every year I get to a certain point, and then someone who didn't want to learn this because they did it their own way, and then we get to this problem and they get mad at me because they don't know how to do it because they didn't learn how to do this. And this is a very simple process, but you have to take it seriously enough to actually care enough to want to do it. So again, please, for the sake of your own education and the fact that we're trying to help you through this stuff, at least try to see how this works and try it a few times just to make sure you have it down. Here again, all we're going to do is freeze on the 2. We do 2 times 9, which is 18, carry the 1. We then do 2 times 4, which is 8, plus 1, or 9. That's it. Again, none of this stuff is difficult. You just have to make sure you understand the process and know when to use them. That's what math is. Even triple digits or 3 digits by 1, doesn't matter. Freeze on the 5. 5 times 8 is 40. Write the 0, carry the 4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9. That's it. 5 times 2 is 10. There you go. So again, make sure you are trying to at least see how this stuff works. I know it sounds like I'm trying to push things to you that you don't want, but I am telling you that when you go to do 73 times 48, and the first thing you do is freeze on the 8, 24, carry the 2, 56, 58, and then you move over here, then you freeze on the 4, 4 times 3 is 12, carry the 1, 4 times 7, 28, 29, and then you go through and add these things up. That you have to know this system, the things I did here, start with these 3 problems. So you have to make sure you know what's going on, because if you don't, it's going to hurt you later on. So please make a good choice. Outside of that, have a good day, and I will talk to you later.